Hello everyone and welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. I wanted to show you in this video a couple of, well, one's a Hobby Lobby haul and then there's two thrift store craft hauls that I will show you as well. They're not crochet related, they are fabric related, but I wanted to show you them because it's going to be stuff that I'm working with. Oh, sorry, got an itch. So first of all, let me show you my Hobby Lobby hauls. It's a one haul really, but then I went back a second time and got like more of pretty much the same thing. So anyway, I had seen on Facebook, Hobby Lobby made a post about McCall patterns being 50 cents each. And that was done, oh, I forget which day it was, probably a Wednesday. And so I went on Thursday and not knowing if there would still be any patterns left because, you know, McCall patterns for 50 cents a piece, surely they're gonna all be gone. But I went there and there's actually a pretty good selection still there. So I went through and I just went through the drawers. There's no sense in looking through the catalog because chances are what you find in the catalog that you want, you're probably not gonna find. So it'd be a fruitless effort. So I just started going through the drawers and I was specifically looking for skirts, like longer skirts, flowy skirts, not form-fitting, and modest dresses that were longer. I really wanted longer than knee length. I think I did get some that were about knee length. And I didn't want like tank top dresses. I wanted them to have sleeves. And then I was also looking for blouses. I would like some nice looking blouses. No, there's not room for you up here right now, doggy. No. You stay down for now, okay? Later. No. Dog's about ready to pounce up here. No. You stay down for now. Thank you. Yes. No. Down. Later. Thank you. Okay. We can say hi to him later. So anyway, those were the things that I was looking for specifically. While I was there, I also found, I may have gotten this the time before actually. Can't remember what I got when I think I went looking for something in particular and I couldn't find it, but I did find a remnant of fabric. It's just a brown fabric. It's got kind of a woodsy, barky pattern to it. It was only $1.05 for, let's see here, how much is it? It's 6 inches, you know, six inches. It's the 44 inches wide, but only 6 inches. But I have a purpose for this particular fabric, for a project that I will be working on later. I think there's still some types of materials that I need to get for that project before I start working on it. Anyway, so I got this, and then either that day or previously when I went, whatever the case, the day after I got all the patterns, I went back again to check on a couple of patterns, and I actually found a second remnant of that same fabric. This one was $3.93 and this one was 5/8 of a yard. So I got those to work on. They look the same. Are they the same? Yeah. Okay, they are the same. So anyway, these are for a particular project that I will tell you about later. But I also got, I think when I got this one, I also got, and did I cover that fabric up? I thought I left it here so I could show you guys. Anyway, it's PUL pole fabric, which is the waterproof type of fabric. It's for the same project. Anyway, so, oh, I put it in here. So this is the PUL. It's a type of fabric that you would use in like the diaper covers. So just a waterproof fabric to keep leaks from happening. So I got that. I think it was on, I got it for 30% off. So that was a good deal. I think it was like normally $5.99 a yard, and I got it for, I don't know, $3.73 or something. So anyway, I'll just go through these patterns real quick. I got a lot of patterns. They were 50 cents each. I couldn't help myself. So anyway, I'm just going to go through these real quick with you. This one is super cute. Kind of a, I think, 60s style. Super cute. I loved the studious look of this. I like the collar on there. That's really super cute. Here's a dress. Of course, the main one is tank top, but you can see it comes in other lengths and with different sleeve lengths as well. This blouse I thought was really fun. I love wearing kind of like the peasant style blouses that are loose and flowy, so that'll be fun. Pretty for that. This is a nice one. Of course I want the kinds, probably this one here with the short sleeves. This is a really loose flowy dress. So I'll have fun making that one. I thought this one was very pretty. I love the print of this. I wish I could find some fabric like that. This is a cute jumper dress. I even actually have the hardware for it. Somewhere, somehow, in all my gatherings from other people, I have somehow ended up with these things, buckles here for them, so I'm all ready to go with that. This one I got actually for my son's girlfriend. She wears kid-size leggings. She's fairly petite, and so this I thought she could make her own leggings for. So I actually, because she wears kid-size leggings, so I got this for her in case she wanted to try making some leggings. And actually, this one, I already had this pattern, and then I picked it up again. I think probably on accident, but I think I'm gonna see if my son's girlfriend wants this as well, since I already have it. This one, I don't really like the handkerchief hemline, but I liked this one here, but add the sleeves on it. Here's another nice, it's knee length, which is all right. I'd prefer longer, but that's all right. Here's a nice comfy kind of t-shirt type pattern. 3/4 length sleeves. Here's this is a stretchy fabric dress. Comfortable looking. Oh, I found a couple of wedding dress patterns, and they're kind of like, you know, bridesmaid dresses or you know, special prom style dresses or whatever. And I didn't originally get these. This is actually what I went back for the second day, because I was just gonna take pictures of them, because I told my son's girlfriend, oh, they had some wedding dress patterns, and she's all like, really? And so I took pictures of them while I was in the store, but she didn't get, and sent them to her, but she didn't get back to me before I was leaving. So I just thought, you know, for $1.50, I'll just grab them. But I don't think she likes how form-fitting it is. She wants something that's a little more flowing in the skirts. So this one here would be the wedding dress. I thought this was just really classy, but yeah, so I have these. This one is size 6 to 14, and I got the 2 of these because they have the 2 different size packets on them. Is it focusing? There we go. So it's got the, you know, you could run the gamut for all the sizes. But you know, it's not likely these will get used, because she didn't, when she finally got back to me after seeing the pictures I took, she wasn't too keen on them. But you know, maybe I'll pass them along to somebody else who might like them. Of course, depending on how formal their wedding, they're not engaged yet. In the future, should they be getting married someday. I don't know if they're going to have like a more formal wedding or whatnot, but maybe one of these, this one I'm thinking in particular, would be a nice mother of the groom dress to wear. In like one of their colors or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen there. They might have a very simple wedding and not a very formal wedding. So this one was a skirt. Of course, I like the longer style of it. That's a little too short, maybe in my earlier years. But I've gotten a lot more modest as I've gotten older. It's not really from being older per se. It's just, you know, as I've been reading my Bible more and just spending more time with God, I felt the draw to be more modest in my dress. And so that means wearing more dresses and skirts rather than pants. I'm trying to do that, but it's hard to in the winter because it gets cold here and I don't have like the leggings and all that kind of stuff that I would want to wear underneath the skirt or dress. So anyway, but during the spring and summer and fall, I definitely am trying to wear more skirts and dresses. It's just what I want to do to be more feminine. So anyway, this is a men's pants. So these are actually the type of pants that have the zipper, so you can take the legs off and just have, you know, pants or shorts. So I got those in case I could make some for my boys. This is kind of like jogger pants and athletic style for men. I really like this dress. When they have things in florals like that, I really like them. I don't want the straight skirts, but I do love the full skirts there. Here's another one. It's got the handkerchief hemline again, but there's this one here that I thought was really pretty that I could use. Another skirt here. Again, it's got a handkerchief one there, but I like this one here, or this longer one too. Then there's this dress here. You know, there's just a lot of different styles of dresses so that I don't have just one similar style. Walmart has this one particular dress that I have in most of the colors they've sold it in because it's very comfortable, but it's a little short. It's above the knee, so I'd like something that's longer. Anyway, this one is really kind of loose, kind of almost gunny sack style. A little bit more to go through. Here's a blouse. Thought that was pretty. Oh, I love this one here. That's like going to be really nice in a lightweight fabric. Another blouse that's pretty in that lightweight fabric. Here's another pretty shirt. And another pretty blouse. Oh, I love this jacket. Kind of a crop jacket. So cute. And then this one, it's kind of funny because when you look at that picture, you think it's about like the skirt maybe. It's not. It's for the top. The top only. It's a jacket, like a hoodie type jacket. Not the skirt. They should have made a brighter jacket to stand out more rather than her outfit. Just my opinion. This is another coat. It can be, you know, hip length, knee, thigh length, or, you know, longer. I really like that. Here is kind of a unisex raincoat style or windcoat style. And here's another really pretty dress coat. It's not a dress, it's a coat, which I think is adorable. This is a really comfy looking, it's good for wool blends, flannel, fleece, or ripstop. So that'll be comfy. Here's like another, I don't know, sweatshirt hoodie style or fleece jacket. And then I love the long sweatshirt, hooded sweatshirt type of thing there. So anyway, got all those fabrics, or all of these patterns for 50 cents each. So super excited about that now that I actually have my sewing machine accessible and usable. I've been going through all of my fabrics and I've been matching these up. I took them away from the fabrics that I had them matched up with so I could show you guys. So that's okay. I'll have fun matching them up with fabrics again. So then I went to one of the nicer thrift stores in town. This is a really like more classy looking place, and they're, I think, probably a little more than some other thrift stores to spend at, but you can still find good deals there. They have a little craft room in there, so I like to go in there and I find yarn. I've gotten fabric there before, so I thought I'd check them out and see if they had anything that I could use now that I'm kind of, I know I said I wasn't going to get more fabric, but I thought I'd check them out anyway. I was actually there looking for a book. A cousin of mine wants a book called The Adventist Home by Ellen G. White, and she wanted a couple of other of her books too, which I have those other ones, but I don't have an extra copy of that one, so she wanted me to try to find a used copy, which I couldn't, so we're gonna have to find it somewhere else. But so I went there looking for that book, and I thought, well, I'll check out their craft room instead. And previously I'd been there and not gotten anything, but I decided to this time because I found some pretty cool fabrics. So firstly, and really good deals actually. So firstly, I got this quilted piece. It's not very big, but it's got navy with a white flower or cream flower print, and then this pattern on the other side. And I'm going to use this to make like the quilted makeup bags, the boxy bags, and some of those other quilted projects. It's nice because it's already got the quilting in there, the batting in there, so, and I don't have to quilt it. It's almost like cheating. So it'll make, you know, a few projects, couple projects, 2 or 3, maybe 4 different projects. Make a little, you know, set of stuff or something. So I have that. I decided to get that. It was $3.95 for that piece. And if you think about buying the lining and the outer fabric and the batting and then spending the time to quilt it, you know, that's a pretty good deal. Also for $3.95, I think I put the, oh, I don't know what happened to the tags for those. I think I cut them off somewhere. Anyway, also for $3.95 was this really pretty butterfly fabric. It's butterfly with paisleys and stripes, and I thought this would make really cute tote bags and also makeup bags. So I think it's just about 1 yard's worth, pretty much just a little bit over 1 yard. So that is going to make a couple of really cute tote bags or makeup bags. I could probably make several items out of this actually. So also in that craft room section, I'm trying to find my second. I had found 2 bags, and don't tell me I've misplaced my other one already. I'll go ahead and show you this one to you, and then there was a second one. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I'll have to go look and see where it is. So I found these 2 gallon-sized baggies filled with basically scraps, only they aren't scraps. They are actually, okay, first of all, is this much fabric. And I only paid $1.50. $1.50 for all this. So why I got these is because these parts were already sewn, but you can see they're different widths, but it's basically strip quilting, sewing strips together. These are different widths, not just, you know, not just the typical 2.5-inch jelly rolls. But look at the colors of that. The fabrics are just beautiful. It's not necessarily fabrics that I would pick out if I were in the store, but I love the collections. I love the colors. And this is actually 2 pieces, but whoever made it had actually sewn them together like this and like sewn all the way around. But it was the raw side with the seam that was out. So I'm not sure if it was meant to be that way. I have no idea what kind of pattern they were following, but I ended up taking out the seams and undoing it, and then this is what it looks like on the other side with it sewn. So I think it's beautiful, and I can turn these into a tote bag or a makeup bag. Just beautiful. But also the rest of the bag is just more strips, and they're like, sometimes some of them are put into groups with the safety pin. So it's like, you know, it was their plan to probably sew more strips with these, and they're, you know, different lengths. They're not all the same length, but I'm gonna sew these together just like these were, and it'll be different widths. But I'm going to do the same thing like I did with these tote bags here that I showed you before. Strip quilting, only it's going to be these. So just all different kinds of fabric, and they're different widths. So that'll be really pretty. That was one set. There was another set they had pinned together. I'm not sure where that is, but I'll just show you here. Like there's skinny ones, thicker ones. I mean, that's just gonna be beautiful. So this is why I got them, because it's already kind of fitting in with what I'm doing. I have all of those strips that my mom had cut out. I still have tons of those to do, but now I have all of these beautiful, oops, I'm dropping some. They're just, you know, they're shorter strips, but that's okay. Usually with the longer strips anyway, I ended up cutting them to make the, you know, the smaller sides of the tote bags. So they'll just be smaller tote bags, or the makeup bags, or book bags. I want to make like Bible book bags. Also, I mean, that's not all. There's this whole stack too. And okay, this one is another one that was attached all together with the safety pin. So all of these different fabrics. So those were more strips, and then there's a lot that were just smaller rectangles, just a whole stack of different sized rectangles. So I think this is just beautiful, beautiful selection of fabrics, and somebody went through a lot of trouble to trim all these down, and then they gave up on the project, or maybe they passed away and their family just didn't know what to do with them except pass these on to the thrift store. I don't know, but whatever the case is, I have all these beautiful strips of fabric. It'll be fun to just, you know, when I'm sitting at the sewing machine, I'll just grab a strip. You know, I could do blind grabs where you just reach into a bag and pull up whatever one out, and that's the one you sew on next. I don't know, but it'll be fun to work with these. I'm going to pause real quick and see if I can find that other bag. I may have left it over by my desk, but I want to show you that bag too, so hold on just a second. Okay, it had actually fallen down back there. So this is another baggie. It's a slightly larger baggie, but about the same amount of fabric, and again, I only paid $1.50 for it. So this had some random scraps in it, but then it had some beautiful, beautiful stuff. So this was just some random scraps. I don't know. it's not very big pieces, but it might be enough to do like linings for pencil cases or, you know, quilted keychain wallet type things. Here's another random bit of fabric. There's actually two pieces of this. Oh, here's the other piece. This one's a little bit bigger, so that could make some cute things. But the rest of this, there's some other random fabrics in here too. Ones that I'm not too keen about. I really don't like working with dark fabrics, but this I can use actually for the other project. Like, is that really? It's black with like a dark green in there, but I'll be using this for some of that other project that I bought that brown fabric for. So it's got like a little bit of a, I don't know if that's flannel or what, but feels kind of like flannel. Anyway, some dark fabrics, and then there were some other scraps of like these ones I'm not too keen on at all. There's bat fabric. These are okay. These are kind of like a tie-dye or batik style. It's not batik fabric, but it's batik style. And then there's like one little piece of jack-o'-lantern fabric. So I probably will not be using these at all. Not my thing, not my jive. Okay, let me show you these other fabrics. My husband might be trying to get a hold of me, so maybe I'll go see what he wants first, and then I will be right back. So, the rest of this bag, I showed you some of those things there. The rest of this bag is kind of two different categories, so I'll show you one of them first, because it's not my favorite, but I'll probably still work with them anyway. Here's again some black with the green. It's that color green. And then there's just a whole bunch of like different black, black and white zebra print. There's kind of a mottled look print, black with various stars. That one's kind of nice. I like those colors. That's just like one little bit here. Oh, I think this one goes with the other fabric. Then there's just some plain black. These are all kind of in like short strips, small rectangles, so they might have been used for some kind of quilting. Here's more of the zebra print, and then this looks like it was binding put together to be, or it's ironed up in half like it's binding, and then a bunch of this print here. More black. But what I really loved out of this bag was this next set. And again, these were fabrics that were cut into strips. And whoever chose out these colors, man, I love the choices that they made. They are just beautiful. So I'm kind of trying to straighten them up here so you can see better. But they're shimmery, kind of neutral. There's another one there. They've got just a nice shimmer to a lot of these fabrics. And there's that one there. Oh, and then this one, more shimmer. That I think we saw that one already. This one here has feathers on it. They're kind of like off-white, gray, dark gray. I think we saw this one in the stack already. This is another one. And then this whole stack here. So it's like someone made a really beautiful quilt using these strips. And then these might have been like the leftovers. Is that one coming up real easily there? It's got kind of a goldish tint to it. Oh, this one here. So just all of these beautiful, I think that's pretty sure it's 2.5 inch strips. And just gorgeous. And here's some more. These have more of a blue tone to them. But again, they're kind of shimmery, shiny bits to them, a little bit glitter. I don't know if it's easy to see on those. This one looks like it is probably, I don't know what that is. It's like maybe trimmed off the edge of a quilt. Can you see the seams on there? So I think these will be so pretty sewn up together to make a tote bag or the makeup bags, whatever. But I got that whole bag for only $1.50. So that'll be really great to make some stuff out of. So I got those at the one craft store. So I spent $1.50 on each of these bags, so that's $3, and then the 2 pieces of fabric were $3.95 each, so that was about $8. So I spent $11 in that store for these pieces of fabric. So then just today, actually, I went to another thrift store. They are only open Sunday mornings from 9 to 12:30. So I've been wanting to go there for a while because I'm still looking for that one book, and I thought, I hope they might have it because that's another place that would have a lot of books by Ellen White. But they didn't have it. But while I was there, I thought, well, I'll check out the craft stuff that they have. So I checked one area. They didn't really, let's see, what did I get there? Oh, I got a book, a kid's book about Bible stories. But I went to another section where they have clothes, but they also have fabric there. So I thought, okay, I'll see if they have any fabric that I want. And I did end up finding a couple pieces. So first I got this piece here, and this is 4 yards, and it's just a white with this kind of green stripiness to it. Will be great for like lining for totes or other things like that, but it was only $4. 4 yards for $4, so that's $1 a yard. Really good deal. And in fact, for some of these totes right here where I have these green strips, to have that as a lining inside, I think that will be really good. I mean, it's the same colors and everything, so really good deal there. I'm gonna be glad that I picked this fabric up. Then they also had this, and I was at Walmart just the other day and I almost picked up a packet that was marked down. Normally these things are like $15, and they had one that was marked down to like 12 something, and I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and get that, but I ended up not getting it that day. But this is it's not the same fabric. This is just plain blue, which normally I don't like to buy plain fabrics, but I was looking at this and I'm like, you know, for making little purses or totes out of, this could be good to have an actual like solid color to work with. So I decided to grab it, but it was only $3 for the 2 yards. And the other one that I would have gotten at Walmart was like $12. So pretty good deal. And this is like a thicker cotton fabric. So it's gonna be really great. I have some other purses actually already cut out using this kind of fabric that I started making like 4 years ago and never finished. The other thing that I found there was this, and this is more quilted fabric, and you can see it's really shiny. So it's designed to be what, like a coverlet for your bed, but it's got the batting in it already, and both sides are pretty much they're the same pattern on either side. So I thought this would be, again, really good for making little totes, or I have more imagined maybe not tote bags out of this. All right, this is a lot. This is like 5 yards of fabric, 5 yards of this stuff. I was thinking more of like the makeup bag, boxy makeup bags out of this stuff. But again, it's got the batting already, and It needs to be washed. They put masking tape around it to roll it up and then write the price on it. So like there's sticky residue on it because it's obviously been on it for a while. So it needs to be washed, but it kind of smells anyway. So it needs to be washed anyway. I'm going to wash like all of the fabric that I bought, except for the strips, of course. I'm not going to wash those, but like this and the other stuff there. But this was 144 inches. So it's 60-inch wide material. 144 inches, which, you know, I think it was about 5 yards when I measured it out, and I paid only $6 for it. So thought that was a pretty good deal for that, and I can make a lot of things out of that 5-ish yards. So that is my haul for you. Lots of stuff, lots of patterns, really good deals, and it'll be fun to start working with this fabric. Gonna keep plugging away at the ends to the what I mentioned in my other video, stuff I was working on. I am so close to being done with my beach walk blanket, and then I can start working on another crochet blanket. So lots of stuff to do, lots of fabric to work on, and lots of yarn to work with. So yeah, anyway, so we will catch you next time. It was fun chatting with you. See you later. Bye.